Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, my name is Khotsi and my channel is primarily about locks. However, today, as you can see by the title of the video, I will be chatting to you guys about my pregnancy during COVID-19. Stay tuned. Okay, first of all, I've noticed that my hair has grown in length. Not so much the thickness, but it's grown in length. I certainly haven't lost any hair, thank goodness. Sorry, I'm wearing a towel because I just washed my hair. Let's actually take it off and see what's what here. Okay, it's still a little damp, but this is how it is. Okay, so let's get to it. Sorry guys, I have a piece of paper here. I wrote down some notes so that I don't forget any detail. So the first thing obviously was my breasts getting tender and backache, fatigue. I was starting to get tired. I was feeling bloated. I had flatulence. I was passing a lot of gas. Shame. My poor husband and daughter. I was constantly constipated. I was constipated. I've actually always been a person who had trouble passing stool, but now that I was pregnant, it was even harder, literally. Sheesh, I had the worst morning sickness. Mine was probably the worst. I was vomiting every single day. I was nauseous. I was vomiting after every single meal, actually. There was a sour taste in my mouth constantly. It was so bad that I couldn't drink water even. I couldn't swallow water. It was that bad. I was bedridden. Always in bed. I'm just grateful that I was working from home, obviously because of the COVID-19. In first trimester, I think no, I'm certain. First trimester, we were on level 5. Yeah, I think the president had just announced the lockdown rules and we were on level 5 and there were a whole lot of restrictions. Luckily, I was working from home and I didn't have to worry about driving to work every day. I don't know how I would have handled that. My morning sickness was terrible. It was really bad. Yeah, it was bad. I don't even know why they call it morning sickness, because I was sick throughout the day. I was sick throughout the day, every day, all day. I was vomiting. I was miserable. And my family, shame, they were so amazing. I mean, my husband and daughter brought me food to bed, breakfast, lunch, and supper. It was really bad. I tried ginger. I tried raw and powder ginger. And honestly, none of those worked. I promise you. They can tell you try ginger, but it didn't work for me. It really didn't. I tried ginger beer, like ginger ale or stony. Uh, Maybe for a second, but it didn't do much. I tried ice lollies. You know those ice lollies on a stick? I tried those, and I must say those worked better than anything I ever tried. Those really put the morning sickness at bay, even if it was just temporarily, you know. But it tried a few minutes, couple of minutes, but it did something, you know. It did something. Nothing else worked. Nothing else worked. Guess you just have to bear and just hope it ends soon. 3 weeks pregnant when the president announced. I was about 3 weeks pregnant. And my gynae wasn't at his offices at the time because of the COVID. And I ended up going to the GP, and sometimes I'd go to see any doctor at the hospital, and that was expensive. That was very costly. I think he only came back after, I don't know, 7 weeks. Yeah, after 7 weeks, when I was 7 weeks pregnant. Yeah, I think that's when he came back, and I started seeing him then. And then there was second trimester, and this is now week 14 to week 26. Diarrhea. Yo, diarrhea. From constipation to diarrhea. That was, yeah. I was still a little bit nauseous, you know. I still had a bit of morning sickness. It was starting to subside though, in second trimester was starting to subside. I think it must have been around about 16 weeks. When I was 16 weeks pregnant, the morning sickness started to subside. I must tell you that the month of May, what's it, 2 months pregnant? Yes, see, the month of May must have been the worst. It was by far the worst. I was at my very, very worst. But about week 16, it was going down a little, thank goodness. Also, at about 15, 16 weeks, that's when I first felt my baby kicks. Yay! You know, it's the best feeling ever, obviously, for any mom to be. My baby bump also started to show around about that time. And the nice thing is that when you are either pregnant or disabled or elderly, you could skip the queues. So that was nice. I never ever waited in any queues at the malls or in store. I was always pushed to the front, which was nice. You know, yeah, that's what was nice about being pregnant during COVID. At least I could skip the queues. I was always in the front. So I went to the gynae once every month. And then only the last 2 months that did the doctor increase my visits. So it would be about every 3 weeks, and then in the last month it was every second week. Third trimester, and this is now week 27 to week 40. Heartburn. You know what? I tried Eno once. And then my doctor's like, I shouldn't actually be taking anything at all. And then I asked him if I could take any herbal stuff. He's like, well, you don't know what's in those herbs, so maybe not. And then I asked him about Gaviscon, and then he says if I have to take Gaviscon, it has to be the one for pregnancy, obviously. But I must just try hard not to, unless if it's really, really bad. And my morning sickness and nausea and heartburn and was very, very bad. So I went to Clicks Pharmacy and I got this Gaviscon. It says, okay, well, the lighting is really bad, but it's Gaviscon, which is suitable for pregnancy. I had that once and only once. It tasted like shit. I felt even more like shit. I threw up. I had 1 spoon of this and I threw up. There was a sour taste in the throat. Nothing helped. So yeah, I don't know, maybe it works for other people, but it certainly didn't work for me. And then there was insomnia. Yeah. Oh, happy days. I couldn't sleep. Sometimes I'd find myself awake right through to midnight. Sometimes right through to like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I'd still be awake. And it was at that time when baby was also busy kicking and shoving and yo, yeah, no. I felt like my ribs were moving even. Sure. Then there were cravings. Now that I had gotten my appetite back and my, the morning sickness was about 80% gone, then I started having cravings in third trimester. Now my taste buds are working again. I would eat anything and everything under the sun. Everything, literally everything. My favorite was slap chips and Coke. Very cold Coca-Cola. That was my absolute favorite food. Yeah, I craved everything from that to namayahloho, to pizza, to papa. I could I would crave ribs, I would crave McDonald's, I would crave everything, you guys, as a pregnant woman would. Judge me. The backache and the fatigue was getting worse and worse. My body was taking strain now from the growing baby. And he was big. My baby was very big. You know, I couldn't stand for too long. I couldn't walk for too long. My feet were swollen. My feet were swollen. I couldn't do anything with myself. I was uncomfortable sitting. I was uncomfortable standing. I was uncomfortable sleeping. I was uncomfortable turning in bed. I was feeling sorry for myself, actually. And then, you guys, and then there was false labor. Oh my head. I think it was the 2nd of November, false labor. My husband rushed me to hospital. We got there at about midnight. Yeah, was it Tuesday? Yeah, on Tuesday, midnight. I got there, listen, ke fihlile mo le ke sa kgone lo tsamaya ke ne ke le Spider-Man ke tsamaya ka mabota, you know. I couldn't. I really thought this baby was coming. So I get there, and guess what? They asked me, so have you done COVID test yet? I'm like, no. And they're like, you have to. It is compulsory. Wow. So I get there. I get in the ward. But before I get to the maternity ward, they have to test me, right? And this nurse whips out a swab this long. I don't know if you guys have seen it, this long. I mean, it was so painful. Yup. And mind you, it means I had to do it twice because now it was the false labor, and then I went back to hospital 4 weeks later when I was actually giving birth for real this time. Remember what I said on the previous video? After washing my hair and I see some stuff, I use an old toothbrush. Okay, I'm very, very happy with how my hair looks. I'm still very much enjoying my journey, and yeah, let's see how long we can go. Oh, by the way, also if you're wondering, for my stretch marks I used bio oil. I mixed it with tea tree oil and what's it, was it aloe vera gel, I think, yeah. And then there was this pregnancy cream that I bought at Dis-Chem. What else? I think coconut oil as well. I took everything and I mixed it all in one tub. It's got quite a thick consistency. So this is what I used every day on my tummy, on my butt, and on my hips. And that really did prevent stretch marks, honestly. Just pop a picture either on the left or right. And yeah, that's what I used. Just FYI. Okay, so that's that, you guys. I've come to the end of my video. I hope it was informative. I hope it was of interest to you. And yeah, I'm looking forward to recording another video soon. By the way, I gave birth to my son in December already, so when you see this I might be a few days late, but that's that. I hope to see you guys on my next video, and yeah, please hit that notification button, and please also remember to subscribe to my channel. I promise you it will be worth your while. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.